We're here in Toronto, Canada at the Canadian International Autoshow. Let's see what's in store for automotive in 2025. We're here in Toronto at the Canadian International Autoshow, the largest auto show in the entire country. And behind me here in the Tesla booth is, for the first time ever, we're seeing on Canadian soil, the Cybercab, Tesla's robotaxi. Check this out, guys. Look at this. First time on Canadian soil, this is the future. No steering wheel, completely autonomous, full self-driving. This thing is incredible. Super aerodynamic. This two-seater bench seat configuration is built to transport people autonomously. Simply hail the Cybercab from your Tesla app and it'll come and pick you up. A huge trunk underneath the back here. No rear window is needed because, of course, there is nobody driving but the robot. As you can see, every detail of the Cybercab is built with aerodynamics in mind, efficiency. Tesla's definitely wanted to go with the lightest and smallest power plant in the Cybercab, again, to keep costs down, to keep efficiency up. So aerodynamics and less wind resistance becomes that much more important. And as you can see, we've got the sloping roof line, comes back to kind of a boat tail design. We've got an aero cap on both front and rear wheels, a little bit more aerodynamics in the side. And of course, they've removed the side view mirrors for two reasons. One, because they reduce, obviously, your efficiency going through the air. And two, you don't need them anymore because the computer's driving with cameras all around. So for the first time, guys, we've got this beautiful red Model Y, gorgeous, of course, Canadian red, right? I'm sure this thing's got a bottle of maple syrup in the cup holders, no doubt, but this thing is gonna sell like hotcakes here in Canada. So many cool new features, including new cooled ventilated seats. So really looking forward to that vehicle being on Canadian roads. Getting over to the Cyber Beast here, we've got crazy, over 800 horsepower. This thing will smoke a Ford Raptor. It'll smoke any pickup truck out there. Crazy power, four-wheel steering, and it has several industry firsts that we talked about in last year's video, but I'll just remind you that this vehicle not only has four-wheel steering, we've seen that on other vehicles, but the problem with those other vehicles, if you see my Chevy Silverado EV video, is that you gotta go hand over hand over hand over hand trying to turn the wheel to get those four wheels to steer. The difference with Cybertruck is you just literally turn it like this. We go 2 o'clock, we go 11 o'clock, and you're lock to lock. Because it's not actually connected to the wheels, you have that electronic variable steering that is just incredible. And once you get used to it, it's really hard to go back. So we've got that new innovation in the Cyber Beast here. And you also have the 48-volt architecture that Tesla continues to build on that platform, come out with new accessories. It allows the vehicle to carry a lot less copper wiring because you're pumping up the voltage so you can send the same amount of power through a much thinner wire. So that's a wonderful innovation. Again, lowering manufacturing costs, but also increasing efficiency of the vehicle.
We're going to continue with our theme talking about Mercedes because Mercedes-Benz has returned to the Canadian International Auto Show this year, and we're pleased to have them back. Please welcome the CEO of Mercedes-Benz Canada, Andreas Tetzlaff.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Rob. I always say the best way for people to truly understand what makes Mercedes-Benz a Mercedes-Benz is to experience our vehicles for themselves. That is what our presence at the auto show is about. At our display, we've built a space for people to experience how we bring many different interpretations of luxury to life. We offer consumers the luxury of choice with beautiful cars in different body styles, powertrains, and with specialty brands like AMG, Maybach, and of course, the G-Class. Like the SL, the G-Class is a vehicle that has elevated Mercedes-Benz to iconic status. And at the auto show, we are excited to celebrate the Canadian premiere of its newest variant, the G580 with EQ technology, the first ever electric G-Class. The G-Class has always been in a league of its own when it comes to off-roading. Now the new G-Class continues to set the standard with outstanding ground clearance, ramp angles, slope angles, and incline capabilities. It's able to climb 100% grade, that means 45 degrees, on suitable surfaces. To showcase these unparalleled capabilities, you will find the G580 at our booth, perched atop on an 11.5 foot, 45-degree inclined mountaintop. And I just learned from my team that the driver was positioning the car by himself without any technical support. You will be astonished when you see the booth. The display is striking for sure, but truthfully, no static display would ever do this vehicle justice. So to celebrate the Canadian premiere of the electric G-Class, we have a special trick up our sleeve. We are going to take it for a spin. Great job. This function allows for this fun stunt, but more importantly, it is an extremely useful off-road function. The G-Class doesn't need to reverse to reorient or change angles. With this unique capability, the G-Class can literally turn on a dime. This means the G-Class always moves forward. And when I think about my morning commute and I was just driving this car, and you know the weather conditions outside, it was a safe drive, a smooth drive, and it was also a fun drive. Our product managers would be happy to tell you more about the new G580's impressive capabilities when you visit our booth during your tour after this presentation. Another fun fact is that the driver performing the stunt is Daniel Morat, a Canadian race car driver who is part of an exclusive group under contract with AMG. Yeah, Daniel, welcome on stage. While he's more accustomed to driving vehicles like the Mercedes-Benz AMG TT63 coupe on display at our booth, he did a great job on that stunt. Just like our product portfolio, Daniel has range. With that, I will wrap things up. I look forward to seeing you at our booth on 300 level later this morning for an exciting announcement from our partners at Mercedes-Benz high-power charging network. It has been now 5 years since the last time Mercedes-Benz was at the Canadian International Autoshow. It's great to be back. From the classic cars at Cobble Beach display to the exciting vehicles from our current portfolio at our booth, the 2025 show is definitely a three-point star-studded affair. Thank you, Jason, for making it possible, and have a good day. Thank you.
I'll introduce myself. My name is Josh West. I'm an EV YouTuber up from Austin, Texas.
I'm Andreas. Nice
and I wanted to come up and see the G-Wagon. And a friend of mine was just out to Germany for the initial launch of the electric G-Wagon. So
yeah,
it's
an
exciting product.
As a company car right now, and we like it.
You're enjoying it?
Yeah, you know how the weather looks like.
Oh my gosh!
I think you have a hotel close to the booth here.
Well, we had to drive an hour, and it was a nightmare.
Then
yeah, lots of fun.
You should go for the G-Wagon too.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Wonder if I could ask you just one or two quick questions.
Yeah, we could try.
Just about kind of Mercedes-Benz and Canada with electric cars specifically. Well, where do you see the product line as far as the target for growth upcoming in the market here in Canada?
Now our plan is to offer the customer the choice. Yeah, we do hybrid. I think this is good bridging technology. We do like this car, 100% electric.
Yeah.
And we also see that we will offer ICE cars too for a longer period of time. So it's not a customer's choice. Yeah, but we want to still go for 100% electric. It will take a little bit more time than originally expected.
Right. And I understand Mercedes recently made an announcement now that the Tesla supercharger network is available to all Mercedes electric vehicle drivers now.
Yes, and I would invite you to our booth. You will hear more about our...
I heard you guys are working on something as well, yeah.
With the supercharger network Tesla, we started in the US and Canada.
And in Canada's still coming? Okay. Very good. Excellent. Anything you can talk about as far as a smaller electric vehicle on the horizon for Mercedes?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
You have to talk to my
Thank you for
colleagues in
your time.
Stuttgart.
I really appreciate it. Wonderful to meet you. Thank you, sir. Well, guys, this is Auto Exotica here at the Toronto Auto Show. This is the Canadian International Auto Show, and of course, we have cars from all over the world here. Check this out. Beautiful display here from Mercedes-Benz. Just gorgeous vehicles from all through the years. We have different models of the SL, all the way back to the original vehicle that was designed by, I believe it was Mr. Benz. But let's go take a look at this thing. You won't believe where automobiles began. So guys, this is not your father's S-Class. This is the original Benz, what is called the motor wagon, dated back to 1866. It has a small petrol engine on the back end here, powering a transmission that runs through a series of sprockets and gears to power the rear wheels, and steering is just done with a little lever on the single front wheel. So it's kind of like a gas-powered tricycle, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. Pretty incredible to see how far Mercedes-Benz has come through the years. And so down on my right here, we've got some, your traditional exotics, obviously icons, some older Lamborghinis, as well as the new Countach. Beautiful. And check this out. If you guys have seen the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, with Nick Cage, you'll know what this car is. This is the Shelby GT500 Mustang, the elusive Eleanor. Beautiful. These things are so, so cool. Love that gray paint job. We've got a Viper ACR here. I used to sell these back in the day. Very cool car, still a favorite. Still a favorite, maybe one day, But that's Auto Exotica here at the Canadian International Auto Show. I'm back, let's take a look at what else Stellantis has on display here. So beside us here, we've got the Grand Cherokee. Let's see, this guy is the gasoline variant. So that is the same vehicle that they've had for, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, almost a decade. And guys, this is the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Now, under the hood is a motor that was developed in 2011. Here we are in 2025, and you still have the opportunity to buy that technology that is over a decade and a half old. Jeep Compass, that has been on sale since before I was born, it feels like, but it is here. Further back, guys, we've got the old Wranglers up there. This is the 4xe, by the blue accents, blue tow hooks. So that is the plug-in hybrid, goes about, 30 miles of electric and then switches over to gas. Here's another variant of the Wagoneer. So this is the silver instead of the white. And that's looking low. The tires they look small, but that is that. So here we are, guys. This is the Dodge Charger EV. It's outfitted right here with the Stage 2 package, so it's got a beefier tire on it. It's got the Fratsonic speakers built into the bottom there. That's that exhaust sound that puts out the high decibel sounds there, similar to the Hellcat as far as sound output. We've got some rock music in the background there to drown us out, so let's see if we can power through. Pickup truck behind me over on this side is the Ram RHO, so this is a detuned, watered down version of the TRX, but it is more affordable, doesn't have as big of a price tag, but it's got all the suspension and it's got all the big tires and that sort of thing, just a much tinier power plant under the hood. And over here, guys, we've got the Rebel X. This is kind of a bread and butter truck for Stellantis. Been selling it for a long time. They're just kind of changing up a few things with stickers and, painting a few accents and things like that. And that's the Rebel X. It's got the center console shifter if you're into that, but again, the older technology under the hood. This guy here, the Fiat 500e. So this is an electric vehicle, and it's the Cinquecento. This is the little 500, little Italian stallion, and a lot of fun to drive. It's not a big range car. You're never going to road trip this thing, but it is fun to whip around, little electric Fiat. Up here, guys, we got the Power Wagon. Big beast, right? Big V8 under the hood. Or you can get it with the Cummins as well. I don't know why they don't have it hooked up, but it does have the Warn winch in the front bumper there. Usually, I guess whoever had that didn't PDI it to put the hook on and show that off for the auto show, but To each their own. Big old Ram here, and it's got the axle lockers and looks to be the same as it has been for quite some time. Moderate adjustment to the grille. Traditional Ram 1500, unchanged for years. And we've got the Charger. It looks like they only brought stage 2 units to the show here because they're a little bit jazzed up, right? They got the bigger tire, beefier brakes, twin color spoiler here on the back as well. The Fretsonic exhaust noise. Let's hear what that sounds like. Just putting the mic up close there, you can hear kind of a linear rumble. It doesn't really rev like a traditional engine. It kind of has a bit of a drone upwards, but yeah, that's the vibe.
Please welcome with me the Managing Director of Cadillac Canada, Mike Speranzini.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here, and we hope everyone has a fantastic Canadian International Auto Show experience. As we are totally thrilled to be here with you this morning as part of the opening. 2024 was an incredible year for Cadillac in Canada. We celebrated our 5th consecutive best year ever from a sales point of view in the Canadian market. We saw strong growth in our portfolio of vehicles, and it was led by the growth that we saw with the Cadillac Lyriq EV luxury vehicle. In fact, over the course of the year, we saw it grow to be our #1 selling vehicle in Q4 and represented 22% of our sales for the year. That is testimony to what the EV luxury market can be in this country. Building on that momentum in 2025, what we're really excited about is the fantastic portfolio that we're in the process of introducing to the Canadian market. And they include the Cadillac Escalade IQ, which has just started to arrive in dealerships, and we've had strong deliveries since it arrived. And the Escalade IQ boasts a best-in-segment range of 740 kilometers. That's huge. We are so excited about the Cadillac Optic that is just now arriving in Canadian dealerships, and we believe is going to take the luxury market by storm and become our best-selling vehicle. It will offer everything that the consumer wants in that segment with the latest technology, including the totally immersive sound system and Dolby Atmos that will just take the in-vehicle listening experience to the next level for all. We also have here on the show floor the Cadillac Vistiq, which is our new luxury 3-row, 6-passenger SUV that actually, when you look at it, is reminiscent of the Escalade IQ, just in a little smaller package, which may be perfect for many. So we are very excited about what we have here today, but I draw your attention to the Cadillac Celestiq. It is our stunning new, for the first time ever in an auto show globally, here today. It is all electric. It's our ultra luxury flagship. The Cadillac Celestiq allows consumers to customize a vehicle like we've never done before. And it opens the door to our design process, making the owner the creator in designing one and personalizing one. Two folks that are really important to this program, please join me on stage. Aaron Crosley, our design director for Celestiq and the Soleil concept, as well as Alex McDonald, our chief engineer for the program. Thanks for joining me, folks. I have a few questions for you. All right. First of all, Aaron, with regard to the stunning vehicle that we've just seen here today on stage, you played a role in design. What is the statement that Cadillac is looking to make with this vehicle?
Yeah, the Celestiq represents the pinnacle of Cadillac design and craftsmanship. It draws from our rich heritage of bold and iconic vehicles. Every detail, from the handcrafted interior to the bold proportion of the silhouette, it's meant to evoke emotion and create a truly personalized luxury experience.
Wow, that is huge and so exciting. Alex, as chief engineer, tell us about the technology in this vehicle.
Yeah, so the Celestiq is certainly the showcase of Cadillac's commitment to innovation. We've pushed the boundaries through an extensive suite of sophisticated technologies, enabling Celestiq's remarkable responsiveness to road and driving conditions. The Celestiq features GM's bespoke battery platform and has a dedicated EV architecture. It offers impressive range and exhilarating acceleration. We've also integrated cutting-edge automotive technologies and a truly immersive infotainment system personalized to each individual user. A day like today in the snow, 4-zone climate control, every surface you touch, armrest, everything is heated. It's a wonderful experience.
Oh, awesome. Aaron, tell us more about this great vehicle.
The Celestiq, Cadillac's all-electric flagship, really embodies the future of Cadillac. It's a culmination of unparalleled refinement, advanced technology, and ultra-luxury design that is a deep part of Cadillac's pedigree.
Aaron, Alex, thanks for joining us here today for the show. Thanks for having us open the show. Have a great show, everyone.
We're here at the Toronto Auto Show, where the Cadillac Celestiq has made its first ever debut at any auto show. Behind me is the wagon version, or the hatchback version of the Celestiq. They've also brought in the concept Soleil. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. We'll take a look at that in a second. But this particular vehicle here is unique in that it's essentially a vehicle that Cadillac threw everything that they have at in order to try and get into the market segment to compete with companies like Rolls-Royce and Bentley. Now, you're probably wondering, well, a Cadillac, obviously, if they're going into those, to compete with Rolls-Royce, they'll definitely want to undercut them in price. Well, that's simply not the case. This vehicle behind us here starts around $350,000 US dollars, or about $500,000 Canadian, and that's before any sales tax or luxury taxes here in the true north. But let's go over and take a look at the convertible. If the hatchback is not your flavor, maybe you'll like the drop top. Personally, this is the one that I like. I think this thing definitely looks like a lot more fun, very, very suave, very kind of open air, reclined, taken in the sunshine. And it has kind of that boat line to it, almost like a little bit of a kind of a yacht type of feel to it, like a micro yacht. Very beautiful kind of boat tail design on the back, very light kind of cream colored interior with sort of some nautical elements in there. You can see how the trim carries around the back. You've got the champagne glasses with the refrigerator in between the two rear seats there. But this vehicle here is in, of course, concept form, in the anticipation that it would be quite a bit more as far as a price bump from the standard Celestiq. But when you're looking at that type of buyer in that type of market, I'm kind of wondering, like, you're not talking about practicality as it is, so you don't really care if you have a wagon or not, but I think that the drop top would certainly be the way to go. But you guys tell me what you think down in the comments. Would you take the hatchback Celestiq, or would you go with the drop top, sunshine in your face, Soleil? Okay, concept? Guys, tell me, what do you think? And also, how would you pronounce the name? So here we are in the Kia booth. We've got a couple of plug-in hybrids here. The EV9 over here, this has been kind of a hot vehicle actually for Hyundai. They sort of hit it with this vehicle. It's got the pop-out door handles, all electric, dual motor setup here. Nice interior. Check out this interior. We've got kind of a two-tone, sort of a light, almost white cream. This one here is the GT line. It's got navy inlays, perforated, cooled seats, heated seats, nice center console. I gotta tell you, man, Hyundai's doing a pretty decent job. I mean, we were just over at the Stellantis booth, and apart from the Wagoneer EV, I mean, it's okay, but it's a lot more money and it has a lot less features than the EV9. So I don't know. Kia seems to be one to look out for. Let's take a look at what else they've got here. Bunch of gasoline vehicles are not really interested. Hybrid minivan, but it's not really, like, it doesn't plug in, so big deal. We've got another EV9 over here. We got the GT Performance EV9 up on the stage. Look at those lime green brake calipers. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I think he is definitely trying, at least, you know. They've got stuff going on. They've got new product coming out. They're not afraid to try new designs. Same with Hyundai. I mean, it's the same company, but Kia and Hyundai seem to be kind of stepping it up as far as the legacy game goes with, you know, some of the newer technologies. They're trying to kind of build compelling vehicles. We saw this morning that the Ioniq 5N was voted actually Canadian Best EV of the Year, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's a high performance car, super fun to drive. They tested it on the Nürburgring. You can throw it around on the track, and that's the same company here. But then you look at some of these other companies like Nissan and Stellantis and you know, really even Honda, and they don't really have a whole lot as far as like super compelling vehicles that are utilizing electrification technology. So it's going to be kind of interesting, like once how the next kind of 5 years of this decade play out, you know, how the dust settles, who's going to be left? Maybe we'll have a few less auto companies. Who knows? And right here at the top of the escalators in prime real estate at the Toronto Auto Show is VinFast. Guys, check this out. This is a pre-production model of the VF7 mid-sized SUV, all electric, from VinFast. VinFast is a Vietnamese-based company. They're building all-electric SUVs and cars here. They are building them actually in Vietnam, but also working on a factory in the United States and selling them here in Canada. This is their smaller model, the VF6. Good size, it'd be a great commuter car. Again, all electric. They've got a big warranty on these things. It's 10 years. 200,000 kilometers I see they've got on there. I'm sure that's to do with the electric powertrain, but come on down, I'll show you the larger size here. This is their VF8. Now this has been on sale in Canada now for a couple of years now, actually. I've done a couple of videos on VinFast, and while I do like their products, I can tell you that they are making a lot of great improvements. They have had some speed bumps and hiccups along the way, but I have spoken to the VinFast reps both here in Toronto and in Vancouver when I had an opportunity to chat with them, and they said that, you know, they're very aware of some of the shortcomings and some of the early issues that they had, but they are addressing them in real time. Let's go down and take a look at the big boy here. Guys, this here is the VF9. This is my favorite color, this emerald green. It's got kind of this cool sort of spoiler inside the hood here. The air comes underneath the front of the hood and then up and over the windshield. So that's pretty cool. It's all electric and it's a 7-seater. Power rear hatch on this vehicle as well. Really nice setup. Let's see if it's open here. Take a look inside. Very nice. I mean, come on. Caramel leather, two-tone with the black on top, satin silver accents, and this beautiful metallic green paint. Hey, if you're in the market for an electric SUV, check out VinFast. Well guys, this is the Nissan booth. They're showcasing the recently refreshed Armada SUV. Not too much change, just a kind of a little adjustment with cosmetics and things like that. No major innovations really to speak of. Nissan has been kind of struggling as of late. Recent talks with Honda to take them over and bail them out of their tough situation that they find themselves in, but they do have a very large display here at the show, showcasing a variety of different you know, performance vehicles and race cars and off-road adventure type vehicles. So they definitely spread things out to you know, hey, I guess they're trying, but it'll be interesting to see how things play out. We've got Infiniti over here. Again, this is just also Nissan, just sort of the slightly different variation on the luxury end, but you know, again, a very dated, an extremely dated lineup. One of the things that legacy automotive companies do a lot is promise. Promise, promise, promise. We're gonna have this, we're gonna have that. And we're standing in the Subaru booth where they have currently one electric vehicle for sale that's not even completely their own vehicle. It's really a rebadged Toyota. But up on the wall, guys, we have a promise from Subaru. Our EV family is growing. Expect 8 Subaru EVs by 2028. The date now is 2025, so we've got 3 years to see if that mural on the wall comes true. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Will Subaru have 8 EVs by 2028? Or will Subaru be around by 2028? What do you think?
Yep.
Well, guys, this is a super cool vehicle. We took a look at this in Vancouver at the Everything Electric show. This is the Polestar 3. Let me show you around back. So this is the Polestar 3 integrated rear spoiler, hatchback design, lots of cameras all around. Polestar's been doing pretty well here. I have heard good things. So one of the other interesting things that the Polestar 3 has, that just like the new Dodge Charger EV we took a look at, the VinFast VF9, it has that air pass-through on the hood, kind of that front nose mounted spoiler. So the air is actually coming through kind of the grille, in between the front of the hood and the grille, and kind of coming up over the top of the vehicle. Seems to be a trend in quite a few new vehicles. They still have the CCS connector, but I do understand they're moving to the NACS Tesla style connector. Let's take a look inside the vehicle. They do have a driver's display, although it's mounted to the steering column here. You can see right behind the steering wheel, so it's a little bit smaller, a little bit of a different design, but this is Polestar's competitor to the Tesla Model Y. A little bit higher price point, but again, it's for somebody that's looking for something a little bit more exclusive, a vehicle that not everybody else has, but is still fully electric and is, you're still taking advantage of that kind of buying direct type of situation with some of that Volvo kind of Scandinavian design trickled down into it. And yeah, I think Polestar has a nice product if you don't mind a little bit higher price point.
Hi, I'm Ryan Patrick Joyce. I'm Director of Interior Design at Rivian, and we're here to share with you the all-new R2 at the Canadian International Auto Show. We've got our R1 here, we've got our R2, which goes on sale the first half of next year, starting around $45 US, Canadian pricing to follow.
So we're here at the Lucid booth, and behind me here is the Grand Touring version of the Air on the Aero wheels. Kind of love this color combo, sort of a lighter, sort of earthy metallic champagne with a black leather interior. But come on around, I want to show you this interior here. This is really, really nice. Check this out. The two-tone is something I love that Lucid really does well. Look at the door paneling there, the carpet, kind of a caramel look. They tie it into the piping and the stitching on the seats. And then you have the two-tone Alcantara leather dash with that beautiful triple stitch with that little caramel pinstripe down the center. Very, very nice. Now take a look in the back. The back seats are not black like the front. They carry that kind of caramel color all the way through. Very, very nice. I love what Lucid does. Really opens up the interior, makes it really a pleasant place. A cabin that you'd want to be in. Very, very nice. So we'll take a look at the Lucid trunk. It's got a unique clamshell opening that we have here. So if you're a golfer, you got no issue, just throw your clubs in there nice and wide. And then there's additional storage down the bottom here. On both sides, they've got these little cubbies that pop out. There is a power outlet there as well that you can plug in. So if you want to put a cooler down there and plug that in, you've got power for it. Big storage cubby on this side, and then there's a cover that pops in so you can have a flat load floor in there. And of course that is power closing, but that is not the Lucid Air's biggest secret weapon. Let me show you that. That's up front. So this is the crown jewel of the Lucid Air, and it is this absolutely gargantuan frunk. So it's got a huge amount of space, very, very wide. It's power operating. It also has an adjustable load floor, so you can split it into two or take advantage of the entire space. Really, really, really nice setup. I don't know, I love this thing. It's got a power button right on the inside there. Again, I'm a firm believer that all frunks should be powered, but look how easy that is. I mean, if it's not powered, you're really not going to use it all that much, but this, to me, is better than having a trunk because you just, you can hit it from your phone app or from your remote, or from the controls inside, open it up, throw your stuff in, and walk away. Very cool. Lucid is known for not only having cavernous amounts of storage, big power frunks, and very luxurious, really funky interiors, but these guys are the range kings. Over 820 kilometers of range on the Lucid Air. I mean, that is just mind-blowing. So we're up here at the Canadian International Auto Show, and I can tell you that people are, people that are hesitant to get into an electric vehicle, they're like, oh yeah, you know, maybe 400 kilometers isn't quite enough. And I'm like, well, how about double? Because 800K, I mean, that's a long way. And I road trip a lot. So man, if you're hesitant at all or you're worried about range, there is no range anxiety in a Lucid Air. And so that is the Canadian International Auto Show right here in my old hometown of Toronto, Ontario. Happy to be back up here visiting, check out the show and kind of get a little bit of a taste, share with you the flavor of what's going on with electric vehicles up here in the true north. And so if you ask me, well, Josh, like what is kind of the situation, you know, taking the temperature on the EV economy up in Canada, what would you say it's at? And I would say that there's a lot of exciting vehicles coming down the pipe. Highlight of the show definitely was the Tesla Robotaxi Cybercab. Was not expecting that for sure. I had seen it down in Scottsdale, Arizona and ridden in it out in California back in October when they had the We Robot event. So that was phenomenal to see it here. And I'm so glad that my fellow Canadians are able to come down here and see the future, kind of get a little bit of a view into self-driving, autonomous, robotic cars. So that was very, very cool. The other big highlight for me was, of course, the Rivian R2 unveiling. Super excited for that mid-size electric SUV. That's an incredible vehicle. I think it's going to do very, very well up here. You know, Canada is built for adventure. I recently drove across Canada in my Tesla and would totally do it in a Rivian again, 100%. So those two vehicles are definitely highlights for me. It was really cool to see the new Tesla Model Y as well. We got to check out the new electric Charger Daytona. That's an interesting vehicle, depending on your take there. It is, yeah, I mean, please tell me in the comments below what you think of the Charger EV Daytona. From Chrysler, we saw the electric Jeep, we saw the Kia EV9 electric, and a bunch of other vehicles. We saw a super expensive Cadillac, over $500,000 for a Cadillac in Canada here. I'm not too sure how many people are looking for a vehicle like that, but I guess Cadillac knows what they're doing. We hope they do. But anyways, that's kind of a little bit of an idea, sort of a cross-section of kind of what's been going on here. Oh, the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, the Ioniq 5N. Yeah, so the performance version of the Ioniq 5 hatch. It won Electric Car of the Year in Canada, so that was really cool. That's a lot of fun to drive. That thing is a hoot on the track and on the street. So as far as taking the temperature, I think there's a lot of really cool cars coming down the pipe. There's a few really nice ones in the marketplace right now. I think that, you know, Canada's dollar is, you know, it has an issue with affordability, but hoping that as you know, the next couple of years progress, hopefully things kind of chill out a little bit in the political realm. We get some a little better interest rates, helps with affordability. I think we're going to see some really good lease programs come out from some of these manufacturers. So that's going to certainly help Canadians with affordability. And of course, driving an electric vehicle, as most of my viewers know, or anybody that has any experience with an electric vehicle, you know that your operating costs of that car are so much less. You're not buying gas, you're not doing the oil changes, you're not doing, you know, the tune-ups and all the rest of it, the diesel fluid and everything else that you've got to add to the vehicle. So there's those savings as well. So overall, there's a lot to be excited about here in Canada. I'm so glad that I got to be here and experience it here with you. Guys, we'll see you in the next video.